But let's speak to someone from the Mordaunt camp. Conservative MP James Sunderland, who was a former colonel in the British Army, can join us now. James, thank you for your time once more. Do you think she should have got the job?
Well, it's a matter for the Prime Minister. Certainly I backed Penny in the election campaign, but I'm firmly behind the Prime Minister. He's doing a good job, and the decision that is taken today, I imagine, is for the right reasons. So I'm pretty content.
However, quite an interesting observation from Lord Dannatt, the former head of the British Army. Grant Shapps knows very little about defence.
Well, history has proven, of course, that you don't need to have a military background to be a good defence secretary. It may just be that a fresh pair of eyes is needed. Grant is a very experienced minister. He's been in government for most of the last 13 years. He's served directly under 4 prime ministers, and he's clearly a very agile, versatile politician. He's also a good communicator. And it may well be that, given that the MOD has been run ostensibly by military men for the last few years, that a fresh pair of eyes is needed.
Well, indeed. So let's turn it 180 degrees then. Might it be a good thing that there's someone there who doesn't know much about defence, bearing in mind the overspends, all the procurement problems, and I'm thinking like the Ajax tank and for instance, that, someone with perhaps a more jaundiced eye might be quite a healthy thing?
Well, I think it's the qualities you have as an individual that make most of a difference. I'm a meritocrat through and through, and the 3 appointments made today, I think, are excellent. I know all 3 individuals very well indeed, and I think that with the right people around him at the MOD, and he's got that, the MOD is blessed with excellent military and civilian personnel. With the right people around him, he'll make the right decisions, and he may even bring something quite unique to the job as well.
Yeah, and significant perhaps that his first public utterance was about Ukraine, continuing the UK's support for Ukraine in their fight against Putin's barbaric invasion. So clearly, that's top of his list.
Yeah, absolutely, it has to be. I mean, Ukraine is the feature right now within the MOD. But of course, Grant Shapps will know that he's got almost 50 MPs in the House of Commons with a military background. I'm one of them. And I've no doubt at all that the expertise will be there, within his own party to make sure that he stays on the straight and narrow. But with the right people around him, and he's got good ministers around him now, he'll be fine.
And what are the challenges apart from Ukraine and clearly the whole issue of Kyiv being part of the NATO membership? I mean, we've got a promise for 2.5% GDP being spent, but only when we can afford it. Questions as to whether the army is big enough. Our aircraft carriers seem to be breaking down on regular occasions. I mean, there's a lot in his in-tray.
Yeah, there's a lot there, and I think fiscal constraints are one thing. I personally feel that we should be at 2.5% GDP for defence, if not more. We're living right now in a very unstable age. The Russians have proven recently that they just can't be trusted, and they are a threat. So there's a lot there, but I'd want Grant Shapps to focus on getting more out of the armed forces we have, about more efficiency, more productivity. We need to get rid of the woke culture as well. That serves nobody whatsoever. I want to see the MOD as a fully functioning department run by good people, focused entirely on output.
James, as ever, thank you very much indeed for bringing us your reaction there at home, not Downing Street, as we put on screen there. Clearly, you wouldn't be inside at the moment. However, thank you for your time.